Okay, Melanin Monarchy citizens, that was the 80s. That was a lot of bands from the 80s. So there were like 5 bands, you guys. First there was Stacy Q, then it was Bow Wow Wow, then Gene Loves Jezebel, Dramarama, and then Flock of Seagulls close it out. Now, it was a 3-hour show. It was supposed to start at 8 o'clock, started a little bit after. We're after 11 now. So your queen stayed here for the whole 3 hours to see all 5 of these acts. And I have to say that it was the first time, well, not for Flock of Seagulls, I've seen them before, but for the other bands. And it's a lot to take away from it. I would say that here we're at the Pachanga. It's one of my favorite venues. I love to go to this venues. However, but for tonight, there seem to be, some issues. Now, when you're doing 5 acts, and they all have their own demands, they all have their own personalities, it's a lot. It's a lot for not only the crew backstage, but it's also a lot for the engineers, it's a lot for the sounds, it's a lot for the lights. So a lot of things got missed when Stacy Q came on, and also with Bow Wow Wow. But I could just say that each and every one of these acts gave it their all. They had fans. There was fans for each and every one of the acts, and I really love that. I really love that their specific fans. There were Stacy Q fans out. There were definitely Bow Wow Wow fans that came out. There was Gene Loves Jezebel. Now, I do want to say about Gene Loves Jezebel, as you can see from my video that I'm going to post on the Instagram, is that I believe it's Michael Aston, came out in the crowd. He came all the way back where I was sitting at, and I was in the back. But he came out, he really touched the artist, and you guys know how I love that connectivity, that is key when you're talking about going to these live events and these acts, the connectivity that the artist has with the crowd. And I can say with Gene Loves Jezebel, they nailed it. Anytime you want to come out to the crowd, not once, not twice, but a couple of times, and you really want to touch your fans, you want to touch the concert goers, then that's a huge win in Melanin Monarchy with our concert reviews. So my hands are out high, huge high five to Gene Loves Jezebel for just their performance today. It was just really, really magnificent. All the acts came out with their best. It looks like they really, really did want to give the crowd their all. Lead singer from Bow Wow Wow, she came out. She was just hyped on lots of energy. Lots of fans for Dramarama. A lot of people had their Dramarama shirts on, so gave it lots of energy there. And of course, Flock of Seagulls close it out. But what I do want to say as a critique with the venue, and is possibly also with the artists and these particular artists, is that the crowd, the concert girls, really didn't know which artist was coming out. So Flock of Seagulls, they had their name, their signs up on the Jumbotron. They had their names before they came out because they were the headliners. But each and every one of these acts, they didn't have someone announce them. So a lot of us were wondering who's coming up next. So it wasn't like it was overhead. It wasn't like somebody from their family or their band came out to announce them. So that was a huge, they could have done better with that. But I could just say that when you're dealing with bands like this and you're dealing with all of the acts that comes out, it's a lot of work. It's a lot to do. So my hat is off to Pachanga for all the things that they've done, and my hat is off to these guys who've been performing for over 40 years. Okay, you guys, so they're ready to toss me out of the venue so they can go ahead and clean up. But I just want to say it was great. 80s bands, you guys, these concerts are coming out this year for 2025. Get your schedule together. I will be giving something out for you guys. I'll be giving you guys something to help your schedule be a whole lot more easier next time. But okay, to the next live concert event, I will see you then. Toodle pip.